Right now, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. taking legal action to get his name off Wisconsin's presidential ballot. We'll take a look at how we got to this point. Plus, our Three for the People coverage on abortion continues this week as both Democrats and Republicans give their perspectives on the issue. And later, UW-Madison facing backlash after being accused of removing a walkway dedicated to alumni and students who passed away. We welcome you to News 3 Now at 6. Well, good evening. Thanks for joining us. We begin with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. attempting to get himself removed from Wisconsin's presidential ballot. The former independent candidate now filing a lawsuit in Wisconsin to do just that. Now, according to state law, independent candidates like RFK Jr. can only withdraw before an August 6th deadline for submitting nomination papers. Fast forward now to August 23rd, when Kennedy decided to drop out of the race, endorsing former President Donald Trump. And then on August 27th, the Wisconsin Elections Commission voting 5-1 to approve Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s name on the ballot. That led to Kennedy Jr. filing a lawsuit in Dane County Circuit Court, arguing that the state law discriminates against those third-party candidates. Kennedy asking that the Elections Commission be barred from putting his name on the ballot and that the court put the commission's vote on the matter on hold. State law does not provide a way for independent presidential candidates to remove themselves from the ballot after they have submitted those nomination papers unless they die. RFK Jr., one of 8 presidential candidates on the ballot here in Wisconsin. Independent and third-party candidates on the ballot could be a key factor, of course, in the state. 4 of the last 6 presidential elections have been decided by between 5,700 and about 23,000 votes. Well, Republican Senate candidate Eric Hovde stopping in southern Wisconsin today, looking to unseat incumbent Senator Tammy Baldwin. This afternoon, Hovde was touring Dane Manufacturing in Waunakee. He also took time to speak with some of the employees there. And while answering questions from the media, Hovde expressed disappointment in the lack of debates between him and Senator Tammy Baldwin.
I think the most important thing that a campaign should be is 2 candidates standing here talking to all of you and the voters of Wisconsin and debating. And yet Senator Baldwin won't even debate me. I mean, usually a Senate race will get 3 or 4 debates. And yet Senator Baldwin's given 1 debate at the very end of this campaign. So I think it's ridiculous.
Right now, the only debate between Hovde and Senator Baldwin is scheduled for October 18th. President Biden will be back in Wisconsin tomorrow, speaking in Westby. That's about 40 minutes southeast of La Crosse. The president expected to highlight how his Investing in America agenda is benefiting communities all across Wisconsin. President Biden is expected to speak sometime in the afternoon, though the exact location is still unknown. This will be the president's first visit to the Badger State since he dropped out of the campaign. Former President Trump also back in Wisconsin this week, attending a rally in Mosinee this Saturday near Wausau. Meanwhile, a number of top Republican surrogates will visit Milwaukee tomorrow, attending a town hall organized by the Trump-Vance campaign. And that list includes former Wisconsin Governor Tommy Thompson, 1st District U.S. Congressman Brian Stile, along with political commentator Monica Crowley. Temperatures remaining warm the next couple of days. We check the first warn forecast now with meteorologist Jacob Montesano. Jacob?
Thanks, Eric. Conditions right now very comfortable, and it was overall a very nice day, maybe a little bit warm at times, but because of the dry weather, the humidity has actually been a little bit lower, and because of that, the heat index has pretty much been the exact same as the actual temperatures. Right now, we're seeing almost complete sunshine. Current temperature 78 degrees in Madison. If we take a look at the temperatures across Dane County, a few areas still hanging on to the lower 80s, but temperatures are beginning to fall just a little bit. Right now, we are mostly in the upper 70s across southern Wisconsin, not far off from the highs during the afternoon. And throughout the evening, it is going to be very nice. We'll see temperatures around 70 to 75 around sunset, and then 60s a little bit later in the evening. But it's still going to remain very comfortable with pretty much no clouds in the sky. Overnight is going to be another chilly one, but it still will be a little bit warmer compared to the last couple of nights where low temperatures dropped near 50. We'll kind of be in the middle 50s tonight. And then tomorrow, temperature-wise, will be very similar to today, but we are expecting some rainfall. I'll track the rainfall coming up a bit later and also show you a big cool down expected after the rain. More details coming up.
Jacob, thank you. Tonight, we are continuing our Three for the People coverage of the election issues that matter most to you. And this week, we're tackling the topic of abortion. Yesterday, we brought you the facts of the issue and where the candidates stand. Tonight, 2 sides of the debate share their perspectives. Our Braden Ross is here with this story. Braden?
Hi, according to a March poll from the Kaiser Family Foundation, 12% of voters say abortion is the most important issue in their 2024 vote. But what's at the heart of the American discussion surrounding abortion? Well, it depends who you ask.
Look, this is a mind and heart issue.
We should all be able to control our own reproductive lives.
This back and forth probably sounds familiar.
Going on 50 years, that message has been so loud, so prevalent.
Julaine Appling is the president emeritus of Wisconsin Family Action, a Christian pro-life organization.
Abortion is the killing of an unborn human baby. That's the reality of it, whether we like to admit it or not.
Chief Strategy Officer for Planned Parenthood Advocates of Wisconsin, Michelle Velasquez, feels differently.
What we're actually talking about is this fundamental right to control one's own body and one's own reproductive health.
Appling takes issue with that framing.
We have heard it said that it is a right, that it is a freedom for so long. There is no right to take the life of another human being.
Velasquez says it's more complicated than that.
Abortion bans and severely restricted access to abortion creates really dangerous situations, not just for medical indications, but also some of those social indicators where people maybe are more likely to stay in an unhealthy relationship, they suffer worse outcomes.
But despite decades of debate, abortion continues to be a top election issue for Americans, especially since the overturn of Roe v. Wade sent it back to the states. This year, 11 states have abortion-related questions on the ballot. In 2023, Wisconsin saw the most expensive state Supreme Court race in history, largely fueled by the issue. So Velasquez and Appling can agree on this.
It is one of the most important issues for many, many, many voters.
Sexual and reproductive health care includes abortion, and those things are on the ballot essentially every single.
Now, an April survey by the Pew Research Center found that 63% of American adults say abortion should be legal in all or most cases. 36% say it should be illegal in all or most cases.
Braden, thank you. Democrats are continuing to rail against the GOP for Project 2025. That's the plan many people who formerly worked for Donald Trump have devised for a potential second presidency. Despite the fact that Trump has created distance between himself and the plan, it is still top of mind for many voters. Today at the state capitol, Wisconsin Democrats rallied once again against Project 2025. We heard from a nurse who previously worked for Planned Parenthood of Wisconsin about what she saw after the Dobbs decision.
When Roe was overturned in 2022, I traveled to Waukegan, Illinois twice a week, every week for a year to help provide care to the influx of patients they were seeing. Many from Wisconsin, but we saw patients from all over. Believe them when they tell you what they're going to do.
Well, since then, a Dane County judge has ruled that the law does not actually ban abortion, but feticide. Next at 6, backlash over what seems to be the removal of the brick wall of fame at Camp Randall. Now, most of those bricks were dedicated to alumni and students who passed away. Tanisha Shaw spoke to a father who had purchased a brick in the memory of his late daughter.
Candace touched a lot of lives while she was alive and made a lot of friends, and a lot of her best memories were her time at UW.
Candace is forever a Badger. Family and friends remember her as sweet and always having a smile on her face.
She was the kind of person that really drew people in, and she had so many friends. It was just shocking. When we had her memorial service, there was a line out the door and down the block. Well over 1,000 people attended.
She graduated from UW in 2012 with an education degree and spent 5 years in Wisconsin's marching band. Her bandmates purchased this brick for her after she passed. Loved ones were under the impression that it would be there forever.
Sort of a shock to us when, completely by word of mouth, we learned that UW was planning to essentially bulldoze those historic memories that are part of that brick walk. It has not notified any of the families of the folks who purchased these bricks over the last 20 plus years.
Anyone who purchased the brick has until Sunday to fill out the proper paperwork to pick it up. Originally, the prices ranged from $150 to $350. The Hall of Fame brick walk is actually just behind me, but there's these signs that say danger, construction area, keep out, and this red fencing that's covering it up. That's because there's plans to expand here at Camp Randall. Construction for a new practice facility is expected to begin in 2025. It will replace the Memorial Sports Center and their current football practice field.
UW is spending essentially $300 million on this new practice facility, and it just shocks me that they couldn't set aside $10,000 or $15,000 to simply create a new paver with these memorial bricks.
They sent a statement saying in part, quote, "We recognize and appreciate the emotions and stories behind the names on the bricks. We realize the importance of the bricks and are in the midst of discussions on how to handle this situation moving forward." Reporting in Madison, Tanasia Shaw, News 3 Now.
And coming up on News 3 Now at 6, why people without insurance will have to pay if they want the latest COVID shot. And if you're wondering what to do with that old car seat, Target has you covered. The popular program coming back and what you can get in return.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6, brought to you by Gruber Law Offices.
Every single day, we help families that have been tragically impacted in truck crashes. And you'll never pay us a fee until we win your case. Truck crash? Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This Thursday, one day only, earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50. That's a 25-cent fuel saver for every $50 you spend in-store and online. Thursday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
Women need to pay close attention
to what Eric Hovde says about access to abortion.
Hovde's all in about opposing reproductive rights.
I am totally opposed to abortion.
And he wanted Roe overturned.
Do you think Roe versus Wade should be overturned?
Yes. So Eric Hovde is okay with politicians overruling decisions of doctors like me.
My patients worry about what Hovde will take away next.
A vote for Eric Hovde means we'll lose even more control over our lives.
Women Vote is responsible for the content of this ad.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Shop the largest selection of in-stock garage doors or design your own using our free garage door design program. This 9x7 garage door is just $399.99 after rebate. Check out our huge selection of over 100 electronic lock sets in stock. This 2-bolt electronic deadbolt locks with a simple touch and allows for up to 50 programmable user codes. Get one today for $69.99 after rebate.
Save big money at Menards. This Thursday, one day only, earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50. That's a 25-cent fuel saver for every $50 you spend in-store and online. Thursday only, and only at Hy-Vee.
News 3 Now is focusing on the issues and the races that matter where you live, with 3 for the people.
Talking with local candidates, looking at both sides of the issues, and fact-checking it all, so you can cast your vote with confidence.
3 for the people, only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Well, the latest batch of COVID shots are out, but be prepared to pay up if you don't have health insurance. That's because the federal program that covered the cost of vaccines for uninsured and underinsured ran out of funding. The federal Bridge Access Program was set to end in December, but it expired early because of a move by Congress. Now the roughly 25 million Americans who are without health insurance will pay up to $200 for those shots. Pfizer and Moderna said free vaccines would be available through a patient assistance program, but it's still unclear who would qualify for the free shots. Private insurers, Medicare and Medicaid, are still required to pay for COVID vaccines. Target is bringing back its popular car seat trade-in program that aims to reduce waste in landfills. Starting September 15th, you can drop off your old car seats at Target stores. In return, you'll get a 20% discount for a new car seat, stroller, or select baby gear. Target will accept and recycle all types of car seats regardless of condition, including car seat bases and booster car seats. The program runs through September 28th. Southwest Airlines has an offer for travelers looking to save on expenses. The carrier announcing the return of its Companion Pass promotion, effectively a buy one, get one free offer for Southwest members. A ticket holder's fellow passenger can come along on unlimited flights for a couple of months early next year. After paying ticket fees and taxes, members of Southwest's Rapid Rewards program would need to book a round trip or 2 one-way tickets by the end of Thursday for travel through November 20th of this year. The pass would then be usable between January 6th and March 6th of 2025. Still ahead, the evolution of how we watch television. It's having an impact on how we watch our favorite sports teams. After the break, what you'll need to have in order to watch the Packers season opener later this week in Brazil. And southern Wisconsin could get some rain tomorrow. Jacob returns his complete forecast and just how much we can expect.
big at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Choose an Amish handcrafted sofa from our showroom or let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture
at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
We all know costs are too high, but while corporations are gouging families, Trump is focused on giving them tax cuts. But Kamala Harris is focused on you.
Building up the middle class will be a defining goal of my presidency.
She'll make groceries more affordable by cracking down on price gouging. And she'll cut housing costs by taking on corporate speculators. Middle-class families build America. We need a leader who has their back.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Imagine trying to take on one of the big car companies. It's not easy. Yet this year, one local law firm finalized the largest compensatory verdict in state history against an automaker, over $38 million. And it was no fluke. That same firm has been holding big car companies accountable for faulty designs that cause injury for over 50 years. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Right now, we're running our 60-60-60 sale, so when you purchase your new concrete coating, you get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60% off installation or 60-month no-interest financing. This is one of our best deals of the year, so visit our website or call the number for your new floor today.
I will make it a top priority to bring down costs for all Americans.
Her plan? She'll take on big oil and drug companies who rip us off, penalize big corporations who price gouge us on food and gas, and make billionaires pay their fair share.
Donald Trump fights for billionaires and large corporations. I will fight to give money back to working and middle-class Americans.
Climate Power Action and FFPAC are responsible for the content of this ad.
Experience the Channel 3000 News app today, tailored for your news the way you want it. With a customizable home page and faster page loads, download the Channel 3000 News app, powered by News 3 Now.
Save big at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Choose an Amish handcrafted sofa from our showroom or let our design experts customize a look for you during the Smith Brothers factory authorized sale.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture
at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
In just about 48 hours now, the Packers will kick off their regular season. This game very different for a few reasons. The Packers will be playing half a world away, all the way down in Brazil, and it may take a few extra steps for you to watch the green and gold. Our Jalen Banks explains why.
The Pack are back in action on Friday for their first game of the season. But watching the green and gold try to earn their first W of the year may not be so simple.
Soon, we'll be able to hear the roar of the crowd for the Packers. But hearing the crowd may take a few extra steps.
It's a lot harder now. The games always used to just be on like your local television station. Now a lot of the games are on streaming services.
Friday's game will be streamed exclusively on Peacock, meaning you'll have to sign up for the service if you want to watch them from the comfort of your home. If not, you may find yourself inside a local sports bar, and for them, that takes even more effort.
The way our sound system is set up, in order for us to be able to play the game where everybody can hear it, it has to be on a certain television. And if that television isn't a smart TV and having that streaming service, then we can't play the game at all.
And trying to carry the games is a financial hassle as well.
Say we had 12 TVs, we would have to have 12 different subscriptions to access and like have it on each and every one of the televisions.
Now, there are only 2 TV markets in the entire Dairy State where you can watch the Packers this Friday on standard cable, that being the Green Bay and Milwaukee markets. For now, reporting in Fitchburg, Jalen Banks, News 3 Now.
Jalen, thank you. For more on how to sign up for the service, you can find it in the story linked at our website, channel3000.com. Now, Friday's game, it'll kick at 7:15 Central Time. A couple more warm days before a big drop for the weekend. Jacob now with a complete look at the forecast.
Thanks, Eric. We are going to see those warm temperatures continue tomorrow, but we also are going to see some showers and thunderstorms. Not a ton of rainfall, but that will bring a cold front that will really cool the temperatures off for the weekend, as we are going to see high temperatures only in the 60s, especially on Saturday. And as far as the rainfall goes after tomorrow, we're going to see very little of it. In fact, we may start to see some drought conditions form because we've been dry over the last month or so, and we're going to be very dry going forward. Now, here's a look at the rainfall forecast for tomorrow. we will start to see the showers and storms move into our area kind of around noon from the northwest, and the rain will move from the northwest to the southeast throughout the afternoon. So areas further northwest, you will see rainfall a little bit earlier. The further southeast you're located, the later you will see the rainfall, and it is possible that a few areas miss out on the rain entirely. Now, we are going to see a few pockets of heavy rain here and there, but we're not expecting torrential downpours, and we're not expecting widespread heavy rainfall. And we're also not expecting any severe weather. So it will likely be short-lived for each individual location, although the chance of rain will kind of be there throughout the afternoon into the evening. Once we get to sunset, we're only going to see some lingering showers, maybe a few isolated storms, and this will mostly be east of Madison once we get to the overnight hours. And then by Friday morning, fairly dry conditions expected. We could see a few isolated showers, but the bulk of the rainfall will be Thursday afternoon and evening. But looking at the rain chances beyond that, we're going to be very dry over the weekend and for much of next week. And like I mentioned, we are starting to see the drought monitor show a little signs of drought across southern Wisconsin, with a few locations labeled at abnormally dry, which isn't technically a drought yet, but with the extended forecast looking very dry, we may start to see some areas form a moderate drought, hopefully nothing worse than that, but we are expecting some drought conditions to begin forming. Now, the other big story right now is the fact that we're going to see the coolest weather since May over the weekend. Highs on Saturday will only be in the middle to lower 60s, which is over 10 degrees below average for this time of the year. A little bit warmer for Sunday, but still below average. And this cool weather will be short-lived, because starting Monday, we'll be back in the upper 70s, and then throughout next week, we likely will be in the lower 80s. But as I mentioned, take a look at all that dry weather we're expecting. Partly sunny to mostly sunny skies expected for much of next week, and it's going to feel a little bit like summer, but notice the overnight lows. They are a little bit lower than what we had earlier in the summer when temperatures peaked in the 80s. That is because of the dry weather. The temperatures expand a little bit more with hotter days and cooler nights, but because of the dry weather, we're likely not going to see anything higher than the actual temperatures with the heat index values, but we still are going to see some possible drought conditions form. So unfortunately, we are expecting the dry conditions that may start to form them.
And coming up in sports, we're breaking down some off-the-field talents of a pair of Badgers. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Everyday prices are too high. Food, rent, gas, back to school clothes. That is called Bidenomics. A loaf of bread costs 50% more today. Ground beef is up almost 50%. There's not much left at the end of the month. Bidenomics is working. The price of housing has gone up. It feels so hard to just be able to get ahead. And we are very proud of Bidenomics.
I can honestly say that Cardinal has never let me down.
Cardinal is the place to go for any type of work that you need done around your home.
The kindness, the efficiency, the professionalism, the respect was amazing.
We were very impressed with their cleanliness.
I definitely recommend Cardinal Heating and Air Conditioning because of the professionalism, the communication they provided.
Cardinal will always be my first call for anything that Cardinal does.
I think we're going to continue to use Cardinal for a long time.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
I just this morning made a new hole in my belt, so that was super exciting.
Why are women everywhere choosing Sonobello, the advanced solution for permanent fat removal?
I saw the results immediately. It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sonobello's best offer of the year. Sonobello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
Check it out, Snatch Waist. Loving, loving, loving the results. It will change your life. It did for me.
Call 1-888-510-6198 now, or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
I was a Kamala Harris supporter. That changed after an illegal alien murdered my son, running him over, then driving back and forth over Drew's body 3 times. The man who killed my son had been arrested previously, but Kamala Harris let him go. As San Francisco's DA, Kamala was soft on crime. As a senator, she supported releasing criminal aliens back into our neighborhoods. Kamala Harris is dangerous.
Preserve America PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Welcome into Bucky's Beast. I'm Zach.
And I'm Andrew. And each week we're breaking down Wisconsin's Beast of the Week.
First, I'd like to introduce you to the sweet, sweet sounds of Badger offensive lineman Derek Jensen. Check out Will Pauling. Likes the song, not sure what's going to happen, and then bang, DJ hits him with some harmony. That big man has some pipes. Hey, there's Jack Nelson, future first-round draft pick. He's the anchor of the O-line. Nothing rattles this guy. Wait a minute. Jensen's got him looking like he's in junior high and the Backstreet Boys are on stage. Absolutely perfect pitch, and Hunter Wohler knows it. Throw up the one, boys. It's over.
But, Zach, let's not forget about the guy that trains him to get those strong vocal cords. Check out Ryan Ross. He's Bucky's assistant director of strength and conditioning, and you got to have strong hands to pound keys like that. Jake Renfro is like, whoa, whoa, the big man isn't just strong, he is almost poetic with those fingers. Look at him dance up and down the keyboard. Just call Ryan Ross the piano man, Zach, because Elton John's got nothing on him.
So Ryan and Derek, congrats on being our first Beasts of the Week. You could say we have a little fun with that one. Well, you can check out Week 2's Bucky's Beasts of the Week this Friday night or at 6:30 right here on News 3 Now. And Bryson Green stopped by to preview Saturday's game against South Dakota. Kind of weird seeing 2 jacked guys playing the piano, singing, but they're talented.
I'll tell you what, they look like they're having fun
They are.
again. You know, that's a key part to being a good team.
What was that Elton John joke that Andrew put? Piano Man?
Yeah.
That's Billy Joel.
That's Billy Joel. Yeah.
I thought I heard that. I was about to say.
You guys are
It's all right. It's all right.
You guys are too young for that anyway. Quick final check of the forecast.
Yeah, we're going to see some storms tomorrow, but after that, fairly dry weather. But temperatures will be cooler over the weekend, and then we are going to see those temperatures warm back up towards the end of the 10-day forecast.
Have a good night, folks. We'll be back here tonight for News 3 Now at 10.